When all things are going sideways, we all get the news about Alek Manoah getting sent down to the Florida Complex League earlier today, and to no surprise. We talked about it yesterday in the video, and it was all over social media. The vibes are just not great with him, and the team obviously made it official, sending him back to the to the Florida Complex League, and to just figure things out. Bowden Francis gets recalled. There's a whole bunch of flurry of moves that was made. Espinal gets reinstated to the lineup, and he played today. And that was not the game. That's why it's a little bit later than it usually is. But Blue Jays get the much-needed win. And when the vibes are a little off with no Alek Manoah in the dugout for the fellas, and no matter what way you look at him, no matter how bad he has been this year, he's been one of the best Jays pitchers over the last couple of years. So to not have him here, and it's not via trade or free agency or anything, it's just because he's not pitching well, it's definitely a weird vibe. And I can only imagine what it's like for his teammates, having seen him every day for every game over the past couple of years pretty much, and to now not see him there, it must be weird for those guys. And for Kevin Gausman, to go out there today and give you 7 innings and strike out 13, ties a career high, 13 strikeouts. He was mowing them down. The only guy he couldn't mow down was Mauricio Dubon. Yeah, Mauricio Dubon, who obviously led off the ball game 2 pitches in with a solo shot, making it 1-0 Houston. But in the bottom half of the third inning, Kevin Kiermaier walks. George Springer comes up, and he drills one to center field. It didn't look like he initially thought it was going to leave the yard, but it lands in the first row, and the Blue Jays have the lead. It is 2-1. Springer gets the home run, his 9th of the year. Kevin Kiermaier scores. Great stuff there. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning, and Dalton Varsho gets a pitch in the outer half, and somehow pulls this thing, and it goes off the top of the wall, off the railing, and initially they called it no home run, and I'm seeing this. I'm in the 200 level first base side, and as it happens, I'm like, it's a home run. I mean, you see it, the trajectory as well. If it hits the padding, it's just going to go boink and then just fall, and if it hits the railing, it's going to boink, boink off the rail, and it's going to go up high, which it did. So I'm not sure what the umpire's looking at, albeit he made a very late call as well, because once the player got the ball, that's when he made it's not a home run. So he had no idea what was going on. So they review it. It's a home run. Dalton Varsho's 11th of the season now. And actually, they didn't write it down as number. I think it was his 11th home run of the season. The Jays extend their lead. It's now 3-1. Good stuff. Meanwhile, to this point, just Kevin Gausman mowing down, guys. And then when things get crazy, in the bottom half of the 8th inning, they bring out who we thought was going to be a good reliever, Rafael Montero, who has had a horrific year, an ERA of 6.20 for the Houston Astros. Bo Bichette gets a fastball in the outer half and drills it to right center field and into the first row for the home run. In his 13th of the season, Jays lead at 4-1 now. Vladdy ends up walking, and I think Whit Merrifield pops it up down the third base line, and it goes in and out of the glove of Kyle Tucker. Now, Vladdy ends up at second base on a play. I can't remember how he got to second. But then Whit Merrifield doubles down the third baseline. It stays fair over the third baseman into the corner. Vladdy comes around to score. Whit Merrifield jogs into second with the RBI double. And the Blue Jays lead it 5-1. A great job from the offense. I mean, how many times this year have we seen the Jays get out-homered at Rogers Center, right? Well, they out-homered down 3-1 today. And if you go off of what we saw yesterday, home run-wise, the Jays needed this. They only had 5 hits today, right? 5 hits? Yeah, 5 hits total for the Blue Jays, but 3 of them left the yard. 4 of them, were all 5 extra base hits. Hold on, Brandon Belt had an extra base hit. He had the double. They ended up getting out anyways. Whit Merrifield had the double. And then the 3 home runs, yeah. All 5 hits the Jays had today were all extra base hits. Weird. But you won the ball game, so who cares? That's been the big thing for this team, is we've seen them not hit a home run. Remember when we start the season, we're like, is this team going to hit a home run? And it's been kind of the story this year, how they haven't really had a guy who's been just raking, hitting moonshots. And especially with Rogers Center, the new dimension, you thought you were going to see more of that. We hadn't. We all know the number Vladdy's still sitting on where he hasn't hit a home run at Rogers Center this year. It's weird. But to see Springer get his 9th today, Varsho getting his 11th, Bo's got 13 now, it's great to see. It really is nice. But the main story today is Kevin Gausman, who was flat out unhittable. 6 innings, 4 hits allowed, 1 run, the solo shot, the first batter of the ball game, strikes out 13 and doesn't walk anybody. I mean, masterful at its finest. He was just brilliant, dropping his ERA on the season to 2.63. And he's just, I think you know what? He leads the American League in strikeouts. And he's right there with Spencer Strider for all of baseball. Let me try and find that real quick. Earned run, pitcher strikeouts. He actually tied Spencer Strider today. And how many starts does Strider have? That's 13 for Kevin Gausman. Strider has, so Strider has one less start. So there's that. But either way, 13 punchies for Kevin Gausman. His 6th start this season with double-digit Ks. Remarkable stuff. Now the bullpen goes out there. I don't want to say it's not high leverage because when Swanson came out, it was only a 2-run game. He goes a clean inning of work, strikes out a couple guys. Great job from the Swan Dog. And Jordan Romano was warming up, but because the Jays added those 2 runs, the Bo Bichette home run, which made it a 4-1 game, still would have been a save. But with Vladdy coming home on the RBI double from Whit Merrifield, takes it out of a save opportunity. They put in Trevor Richards. He walks Jordan Alvarez, but nothing else. Gets a strikeout and no other base runners reach. And the Blue Jays win it 5-1. I don't know about you guys. Again, being at the game, it's a little bit of a different vibe, but it felt like it was a reset, a refresh, and a sound win, right? Nothing crazy. You know, you had the lead by the 3rd inning. You got great pitching. Your defense, Whit Merrifield made a great diving play at one point in the game. Your bullpen was solid. You hit some home runs, and you won the ball game. It was a sound win for the Toronto Blue Jays today. Now, we move forward, though, because, and people who love looking at the out-of-town scoreboard, Orioles got walked off in Milwaukee. Red Sox beat the Guardians. The Yankees put Aaron Judge in the IL, and they lose to the White Sox 3-2. Tampa Bay can't lose. They're winning 7-0. So, I mean, hey, everybody in the wild card spots right now, all 3 teams lost today and the Jays won. I mean, I understand it's the beginning of June, so who really cares? But the Jays got to do their job. And the Houston Astros are a team right now they're trying to catch. So you got to focus on yourself, and you got to focus on tomorrow. Tomorrow's pitching matchup, Chris Bassitt gets the ball for the Blue Jays. Last time we saw him, he was trying to rush out of there. He was trying to rush out of... Who the hell did he play last? Hold on a minute. He's a short-term memory loss, swear to God. The New York Mets, right? It was game 1 against his former team. And he was masterful. Last time we saw him, he was out there doing great things in that outing. Can he build off of that and face a really good Houston Astros lineup and contain them and get a 2nd consecutive victory? We shall see. Who's going to be countering? It's going to be Ronel Blanco. Quick numbers for him. 17 innings pitched, an ERA of 4.15, 21 strikeouts in 17 innings, so a decent amount there. But 10 walks in 17 innings, so take that for what it is. All right, for the Blue Jays, you need to find a way to win that game tomorrow because the finale of this series has got Jose Barrios, but he's going up against Framber Valdez, who has been unbelievable this year for the Houston Astros. So for the Blue Jays, you got to find a way tomorrow. Chris Bassitt and Ronel Blanco is the pitching matchup there. 7:07 first pitch at Rogers Center, Game 3 of the 4-gamer against the Houston Astros. All right, so you know what, guys? That's going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and the W today, smack that like button. I do appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button. You guys not already. Comment down below. Thoughts on the video, thoughts on the game. Would you like, would you not like from today's game for the Toronto Blue Jays? Twitter, Discord, Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff is down below. So follow up there if you guys not done so already. And I will talk to you guys, Jays edition, of course, tomorrow night. It'll be a little bit later as usual. You know, I got my own ball to play tomorrow night, so it is what it is. But the Blue Jays are back in action for Game 3 of the 4-game set at Rogers Center against the Houston Astros. Ronel Blanco, Chris Bassitt is the pitching matchup there at 7:07. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and the W tonight. Talk to you guys then.